Hello there, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this second season of Save Our Season, and it is of course with Hannover FM19. It's Friday, it's the end of the week, it's potentially the end of the season. It either ends today or extends to tomorrow. We will find out in due course. Today we take on Freiburg at home, and we have the huge final day showdown with Fortuna Dusseldorf in Dusseldorf as well. Yesterday, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, go back and check that out. There are spoilers coming, of course. It was an epic video, epic games. It really was phenomenal. I'll give you a couple of seconds. If you haven't watched it, go in there. You're on the channel, so go and find it, or the link is in the description. It's probably popped up here as something. If you haven't gone and watched it by now, sorry, spoiler alerts. Yesterday we had that win against Mainz, and then that unbelievable match against Schalke where we lost it with that ridiculous volley in stoppage time. And I was really down after that volley. I mean, it was an unbelievable goal. I mean, it was a Zidane at Hampden against Leverkusen in 2002 quality goal. It's one of the best goals I've ever seen on FM. It was an unreal strike. And we then had the game against Bayern coming up, and I'm going to show you the tactic I used in this game. I built a totally new tactic to go to the Allianz. I wanted to avoid an 8-0 defeat, and we kind of avoided an 8-0 defeat. And boy, did we avoid an 8-0 defeat. We drew 3-3, and we were winning 3-2 until the 92nd minute when James Rodriguez fired in a brilliant goal. I'm going to show you the goals because it was a scintillating match. It really was. We went a goal down to Serge Gnabry. It's just loading up the highlights now. Then a cross from, I think it's from Araguchi, was going to find Bobby Wood, but Jerome Boateng got in there and diverted it into his own goal. Here you go. Lovely finish from Serge Gnabry to put them 1-0 up. Feared the worst at that point. The two wingers combined here. Araguchi then fires it across and Jerome Boateng puts it in. Bobby would have been on hand to put that in anyway. And then unbelievably, we went 2-1 up. A shot there was blocked, came to Haraguchi, and a brilliant finish from the winger. Love this guy, he is fantastic. Serge Gnabry and Alaba combined to set up Lewandowski at the second attempt straight after half-time, and I really feared the worst. But we unbelievably took the lead through a header from Wallace on the 85th minute, and as you can see, 92 minutes in, and they were just coming at us, and James fired in a spectacular equaliser. But it was an unbelievable game, and I mean, we were brilliant. They had 24 shots on goal, 7 on target. We had 7, put 6 on target, 2 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, and it was absolutely unbelievable match. It really was. It was a phenomenal performance. I was absolutely gutted when James scored that goal. But what it has done, and as I say, I will show you that tactic because I'm not sure if it's going to come into play yet or not today. But what it has done, it has lifted us out of the bottom 3 at the end of a match day for the first time in God knows how long. We are 15th. It's unbelievable. Obviously, it is very tight. There are only 4 points separating the bottom 5. Hoffenheim are now safe. They cannot go down. So it's everybody from Augsburg down. It is the bottom 5. 2 will go down, 1 into the relegation playoff, and 2 will be safe. Now would be a good time to show you the situation in the Zweite Bundesliga, to show you the potential opponents for a relegation playoff. At the moment, it's looking like being one of Union Berlin, who currently occupy that 3rd spot, Holstein Kiel, Jan Regensburg, and Arminia Bielefeld. Looks like it's going to be one of those 4 that whoever finishes 16th in the Bundesliga will be facing. Okay, so the tactic we used against Bayern, this is it. Don't just ignore the players that are in there. We're going with our positive formation. We're going with our attacking formation for the game against Freiburg. So ignore the players and the positions and the roles at the minute. This isn't the lineup that played, but this is the formation that we did. And it was really good. It was based on the custom gegenpress, but I just went through it all and just tweaked everything. I mean, it was a very defensive formation. You could really see it. There was a slow tempo. We didn't challenge them until they got to our half, basically. We had it set to regroup and hold the shape instead of counter press and things like that. And you could really see when we lost the ball, everybody came back into their own half. We had 10 players in our own half, and you really understood how the tactics in FM work with it. It was absolutely brilliant. I did toy with using it today, but we're at home to Freiburg. I want to go out there. I want to get the win. I really, really desperately want to get the win. So what we are going to do is we're going to go with this formation and these players because we've really got to take it to them. We really do. Ostrolek has an injury, but he's our only left back. So he is going to play. He is returning back to fitness tomorrow. So he is playing. There's no real issues with him. We do have Oliver Sorg on the bench, who is right-footed, can play there. So if there is a problem with Ostrolek, he can step in. I think we can get the win today. If we do, potentially, we might not even need to get a point in Dusseldorf. But Freiburg are chasing Europe, so it's not going to be easy. It's a 4-4-2 from Freiburg. They are currently chasing. They can get as high as, I think they're 7th at the minute. They can get to 5th in the league over the next 2 weeks. So it's going to be a tough game. Freiburg won the match in Freiburg earlier in the season. Of course, we weren't in charge. Team we're going with, I'm very confident in it. I really like a lot of these players that are now in this team, especially Araguchi. He is one of my favourite players in this team. A lot of the time I have been letting my assistant do the initial team talk, both in this and in my main save in Argentina with Estudiantes, just because I can then come in and deliver this team talk that I want to do, and I'm going to passionately say I have faith. Hasn't really made much of a difference, but sometimes it does work having your assistant do the team talk. So, I have been giving over a little bit more responsibility in that regard to our assistant. The nerves are there a little bit. After the disappointment with FC Emmen in the first series, I really want to chalk up a win. And this would go down, I honestly think, if I do manage to keep them up, it will go down as one of my greatest achievements ever on FM, considering the position they were in when we took them over. And I have taken Huddersfield from League 2 to the UEFA Cup via the Premier League and the FA Cup final before now, on a much older version of FM, way in the past when the 2D match engine was the height of sophistication, as Gaudino's shot is fired wide via a defender. Good start from us. Really good start. Plenty of possession. With the only team getting shots on goal at the minute, as Mellum fires that back out to Araguchi, and it's back into Mellum. Oh, and I thought that was going to bounce in. Gaudino, he puts it across. It's going to drop for Bebu. He heads it into the danger area, and Freiburg clear their lines in the end. Very, very promising start, though. And we have another corner, and Ostrolek will take it. And it's cleared away, but Kevin Wimmer out to Fossum. He can hit them, but it's saved easily. Throw in for Julian Korb, and it's not a good one, but he's got it back. Mellum has it now. I've really liked Marcel Mellum since we signed him. Ivor Fossum out to Araguchi. Go on, get one of those special crosses in. Oh, he's held the ball up well there and gives it back to Ostrolek, who's playing well considering he's carrying a little knock. Gaudino with the shot. Oh, the curl on that. It's Gianluca Gaudino's first goal from the club, and it's a massive goal in the relegation fight. We've got lots of games going on today. We'll have a look at them as they go on. I didn't think this was going anywhere near the goal. Did it take a deflection? I don't know, but that was absolutely brilliant. Into the bottom corner. Get in. What a start. Throwing over on the left for Ostrolek. One thing I didn't say, as we are on the defence, he must be offside. He must have been, he was offside, thankfully. One thing I didn't say, the draw in Munich stopped Bayern winning the title. Come on. But Leipzig won it. So, Werder Bremen winning as well. That's a massive goal for them in Hoffenheim. Our goal at the moment puts us up to 14th. So it's a huge, and just look what it means. If Dusseldorf are 17th at the minute, they are second bottom. That is going to be potentially winner takes all. Augsburg have just gone a goal down. It is all going swimmingly well at the minute as Bebu picks up an injury. Are things about to start going wrong? So a free kick deep in our own half. Kevin Wimmer takes, just ticking over into stoppage time. We've been absolutely brilliant in this match so far. Dominated. And it could be 2 here. And it is! Kleber! His first goal for the club. He's really struggled to win me over since he's been in. He hasn't found the back of the net. But what a time to do it. He gets us a second goal. He gets the daylight at the second time of asking. Good save in the end from, however you pronounce that, Shvolov. And Kleber puts in the rebound. And why are you showing the goal line technology? He put the rebound in. It doesn't matter about the first one. It's ridiculous. And it lifts us up to 14th at the minute. That is fantastic. And look, it's only a minus 11 goal difference, which in itself is almost worth a point, because that is not a bad goal difference. For a team when I took over that had 8 points, that is not bad. So Leipzig and Munich are playing each other actually today. Leipzig are 2-0 up, so they are celebrating their title in style. Stuttgart beating Wolfsburg. Nuremberg are losing at home to Gladbach, which is good. Augsburg losing at home to BSC, which is also extremely good. Werder Bremen winning Hoffenheim is not brilliant. Wolfsburg losing doesn't really matter. They are safe. So at the moment, everything is going brilliantly. I'm not gonna let him do it here. I'm gonna take it on myself and just get them focused. Tell them not to let their performance levels drop. Don't get complacent. 2-0, as the cliche says, is the most dangerous scoreline in football, isn't it? So let's get out there. Oh my word, this could be a very good video, couldn't it? Or this could go and crash and burn spectacularly. Sebastian Young with the free kick. Oh, sorry, it's not Sebastian, it's Anthony Young. What a hit that is. And Freiburg have a goal back. And they are not letting this go, are they? That is a great hit. Keeper didn't really stand a chance. It was fizzed into the back of the net. And that just makes it squeaky bum time. Potentially, I am going to be bringing in that defensive formation that worked so well in the Allianz, because they don't deserve to be in the game. And yet, typically, FM, they are. Oh no, highlight for Freiburg. Come on, get it off them. Don't do this. We've made our changes. I'll tell you about them in a minute. We've made all 3 now. But we've kind of not given ourselves the option of going defensive with the substitutions we've made. Here's Niederlechner. Oh, a couple of shots. It's going to go out for the corner. Edgar Prib has come on. So has Finn Bartels. Araguchi got booked, so he's one of them that's gone off. And Marcel Mellum as well has. As that header goes into the side netting, my heart was in my mouth for just a second. Dortmund has scored against Dusseldorf. That is a huge goal at the bottom of the table. That means, as things stand, we are really tantalisingly close to avoiding relegation. As it stands at the minute, if we don't lose to Dusseldorf, and to be fair, even if we did, unless they beat us by like 11 goals, we will finish above them. So at the minute, the worst that is going to happen is that we're going to be back tomorrow with a relegation playoff. That's the worst that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to come to that. I think we're going to go to Dusseldorf, and I think we're going to get the win. But we've just got to see through this final few seconds now, and I didn't want to see the highlight quite yet. I want it to go another 30 seconds before seeing it. But hopefully this isn't an equaliser. If it is, the Dusseldorf game is going to be huge, and it's a big header away from Valdemar Anton. And now Fossum could be away. Could we get a goal here? No. What an awful pass. An awful pass, but I don't care. It's up that end of the pitch, and it's all over. It's another huge win. Oh, wow. So we've taken a point out of Bayern, and we've now beaten European chasing Freiburg. We've already beaten Bayer Leverkusen and smashed Bayer Leverkusen this season as well. This has been one of the most enjoyable saves I've ever done. I honestly want to take charge of this team and carry it on. We've got an unbelievable young striker. I mean, if you were watching the Estudiantes save and you know about Mario Gatti, I mean, I'm going to show you him. unbelievable looking kid that we've got in our team. I'll show you him before we play the next match. But let's get this out of the way. Passionately going to say, good work, lads. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see what that means to the table. And this is what it means for the league table then. So Leipzig, as I said, are champions because of our draw in the Allianz, and they would have been anyway because they've just beaten Bayern 2-1. But at the end that matters, we cannot get automatically relegated. Boom. We have taken 23 points out of 16 games. No, 17 games. We'd played 16 when we took over. So 17 games, we've taken 23 points. We had 8 points when I took over. I am so proud of what I've managed to achieve as we go into the last game of the season. As I said, unless Fortuna Dusseldorf beat us by, well, it'd have to be 11 goals, wouldn't it? Because that would put us on minus 23 and them on minus 22, and then we would finish below them. As long as that doesn't happen, the worst that can happen would be that Augsburg and Werder Bremen both win. Now, if they're playing each other, that's absolutely fantastic. We've got a game going on tomorrow, and then we've got the game in hand for Wolfsburg and Eintracht. But Wolfsburg have put together some good results, so they're not in the race anymore. So Werder Bremen are home to the champions, and Augsburg are away at Wolfsburg. And of course, we're away at Dusseldorf, and Nuremberg are already gone. So the worst that can happen is that we end up in that relegation playoff. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to go to Dusseldorf and we're going to do what needs to be done. So what I'm going to do quickly is show you this kid. Where is he? Alan Piatek. Now, you know the name Piatek. It's the guy that was at Genoa, the Polish striker, Krzysztof Piątek. I don't know really. All the pundits that specialise in it, they all pronounce it Piątek, but it's spelled Piatek. So I don't know what's going on there. But he's been amazing, and we've got a Piatek of our own. And look at that! The kid looks unbelievable. He's 16 years of age. Look at how good he looks. I mean, I really want to just carry on in charge of Hannover passes. I might do offline. I might do, because I would just love to see what this kid does. Because I might sim through a few years and see if he comes up to anything. But yeah, anyway, let's make our way to Dusseldorf. Here we go then, it is D-Day. It is the final match day of the Bundesliga season. We cannot go down automatically unless Fortuna Dusseldorf go and spank us by 11 goals, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say is not going to happen. If Bremen beat Leipzig, the champions, it's possible. Leipzig are probably on the beach. If Augsburg win in Wolfsburg, could happen. Wolfsburg are totally safe. They will finish somewhere in mid-table. Then the lowest we can finish is 16th, is the relegation playoff. Let us just, again, after the last round of games, let's just drop back down into the Zweite Bundesliga. So Union Berlin still holding on. It looks as though now it's not quite a four-horse... it isn't a four-horse race, is it? Regensburg lost, so they have dropped down to 6th. They cannot finish there. So it would be either Union Berlin, Holstein Kiel or Arminia Bielefeld. Hopefully we don't care about that. Hopefully it's not going to be an issue. Today we've got Daniel Siebert in charge. He has not shown a red card yet this season. In his 18 games, he has shown 44 yellow cards. So what we are going to do is we are really struggling in midfield. Eva Fossum is suspended due to yellow cards. And Permin Schwegeler has been out injured for quite a while now and is, obviously he's still out for another week or so. So we've got Edgar Pribb as our only central midfielder on the bench. We've got Wallace and Gaudino in midfield. But I like the look of the lineup. I am really, really, really nervous, really excited. I think we're going to get a happy ending to this series, which would be lovely, lovely, lovely. Just to clarify as well, you can see we've got the little pencil up there. I have bought the in-game editor, but it's for a little experiment that I'm trying to get going, hopefully to bring to the channel. Certainly, if not in FM19, definitely in FM20. It's something that I really want to try out. I think it could be a really good experiment. So yeah, that little pencil is up there, but it doesn't mean I've done anything in this game. It just means I've bought the editor. Right, 4-1-3-2. A 4-1-2-2-1 formation. 4-1-2-3. It's kind of like the formation I played with Barcelona early on in FM18. And our beautiful boys there that are going to get the job done for us today. I'm going to hand over to the assistant. That's gone down quite well. I'm just going to have a quick word as well, though. I am going to just stick my oar in. I'm going to passionately say, just the usual, I have faith. Get out there. Let's get this done. Players coming out then, you can just sense the tension in the Esprit Arena in Dusseldorf. Can we get the job done? It's a massive game for Fortuna as well. They absolutely are relying on Augsburg and Werder Bremen dropping points. Let's just bring up the latest scores. Actually, we'll do the latest events because I prefer it. Yeah. Let the nerves begin. Hey, right, here's a throw. Diego Contento takes. It's given away, though, to Mellum. Here's Bebu. Early goal would be amazing as Wallace looks to get just that. Oh. Ostrolek with this throw. Fink heads away, but only back to Ostrolek. In it goes. Cleared away this time. But we are pinning them back at the minute. Wimmer back to Ostrolek. Back to Wimmer. Wallace again. Come on, boys. Gaudino. Really liking Gianluca Gaudino. He is someone I would be building the team around going forward. Julian Korb now on the overlap. In it goes. It's going to be a goal. It is a goal. It's Genki Haraguchi. The absolute Hannover hero has popped up with a 9th minute goal. Get in. And we are going to be safe as things stand. It is just what we needed. Brilliant cross by Korb. And Haraguchi, he couldn't miss. He didn't miss. It's 1-0. Michael Escher with the goal kick. There's been a massive goal. Augsburg have scored in Wolfsburg. So if we do drop points, things might get a bit twitchy. But here's the goal scorer, Haraguchi, coming forward, looking for another. What a tackle on him on the edge of the box. It's going to drop for Gaudino, though, and his shot is awful. As things stand, it's Werder Bremen going into the relegation playoff. They desperately need a goal. And they need Augsburg to drop points as well, don't they? As Leipzig score in Bremen, it is a horrible, horrible minute for them. It is all looking extremely pretty for us. We can afford to lose this game as things stand, but we don't want that happening. Not many goals at half-time then. Borussia Dortmund lead in Gladbach in the Battle of the Borussias. And we've got goals in Bremen where Emil Forsberg has scored for Leipzig, and of course that goal for Gregoritsch for Augsburg in Wolfsburg. So at the minute it's been an awful game here. We're dominating the possession, we are having the most of the shots, but it's just been dire. It really, really has. I'm going to hand over to the assistant again. Hasn't gone particularly well. All that matters though is that we've got the results so far that we need to not even be in the playoff, which would be beautiful. I'm going to say there's a lot more to come. There we go. There's some green. Happy days. Come on, boys. Big 45 minutes. Let's finish the season in style. Michael Rensing takes a goal kick long. We have just picked up a knock to Gianluca Gaudino, one of the positions that we really couldn't afford to take a hit. So we'll assess that in a second and see if we need to bring Edgar Pribb on. Here's Wallace looking for Haraguchi out wide. Gets a cross in. It's not bad. Comes to Wallace and Gaudino. Shot blocked. Ostrolek to Wallace. He gets the shot away. Oh, I thought that was in. Just on the hour mark, here's Gaudino with the free kick. It's into the wall and it goes out of play for our throw. That's a rubbish highlight. We don't even get to see the throw in. There have been some goals going in. Wow, what's happened in Freiburg? They have smashed Cologne with 4 goals in 10 minutes. Hertha Berlin are leading 2-0. Oh my God, we've got another injury in central midfield. Both our centre mids are in trouble here. We're going to have to do something about this. 20 minutes to go, we've made 3 substitutions. Linton Maina has come on for Elas Bebu, and we have taken off both Gaudino and Wallace. They've got the job done so far. So we've brought on Edgar Pribb and Finn Bartels, and we've dropped Marcel Mellum down alongside Edgar Pribb in midfield. Finn Bartels playing just behind Kleber. It's the best I could do. There's nothing else I could do, to be honest. So let's just hope that is enough. Wolfsburg have equalised against Augsburg as well, I see down there. What does that do for the table? Well, it just makes it look even prettier, doesn't it? This is an unbelievable... Hannover had 8 points at the start of the week. We have got them up to 34 points. Absolutely ridiculous. It really is. And I think, I'm just going to check that. Just bear with me. I'm sure Felix Gertz has scored at both ends in that game. I am sure he has. Oh, no. I thought he had. He must have scored in the last game. I definitely remember Felix Gertz scoring for Augsburg. It must have been in the last match day. We're now going to just drop a little... Calm down. Because there's a lot of nervousness, a bit of apprehension in the team. So drop that little calm down. Has it gone through? Yeah, there we go. A couple of them calmed by it. Kevin Wimmer not really interested. But it looks as though we are safe. We are going to be okay. Leipzig have just piling on the goals in Bremen. Bremen are down, I think. No, Bremen are in the playoff, aren't they? Dusseldorf are down as things stand. We have a corner to defend now. We've got 3 minutes of time added on. It's going to be a corner from the other side now. They've suddenly decided they want something out of the match. It's a little bit late for that, boys. Little bit late for that. As Marcel Mellum heads away, we've got 2.5 minutes to go. We are staying up. We're not even going to be in the playoff. This is outrageous. What an achievement. I said before, I think I said yesterday, I have never managed to get us out of the bottom 3 all season. It's just been such a struggle. Well, I've finally done it. We're finally out of it. We have done it. We've done it with back-to-back wins today. We got a 3-3 draw at Bayern in the off-camera game. We got a win in yesterday's video. Okay, we lost heartbreakingly to a stunner against Schalke. But wow, 6 points in today's video, and that is safety secured. Absolutely sensational. Passionately brilliant. Well done, boys. We live to fight another day, except we don't, because that's the end of the series. But look at that. Just look at that. Let's bring it up in all its glory. 14th place for Hannover. 26 points we took out of our 18 games in charge. We messed around with formations. We started with a gegenpressing style, which did okay for a little while. We then brought in our usual 4-2-3-1 that I'm using with Estudiantes, and that got us some points. I built that defensive formation from scratch purely for that Bayern game. That got us a point, and it is the 4-2-3-1 that's got us over the line in the end. I am so delighted, so delighted. Do we know actually when that game is going to be, the relegation playoff? I don't at the minute. Do you know what? I don't really care if it's Werder Bremen who go down and if it's Union Berlin that come up. I couldn't give a monkeys. What a result. What a series. What a week. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. It is 1-1. FC Emmen went down. Hannover 96. We have kept them up. Not sure what I'm going to do with the next series. Chievo do tempt me a lot in Serie A, which is interestingly where Gianluca Gaudino was before we signed him. He was unattached, but his club before us was Chievo, so I would be tempted to have him there as well. But yeah, guys, smash a like if you have watched all this week. Thank you so much. It's meant a lot to me. I love doing these little series. I'm struggling to find the time to record them, but I'm loving getting them out every day when I do them. I hope you'll come back for the next one. I might not do Top Flight for the next one. I do really want to do Chievo, but I'm on a roll now, and I think Chievo is Mission Impossible. Go back to the very first. There's a playlist for the SCMN. There's a playlist for Hannover, and there's a complete box set playlist of all the SOS series. So the very first episode of that is the one where I put it out to you for a vote. So check that out and just see how dire the things are with Chievo, because they are really, really dire. So I'm thinking, because in that video all I did was show you a few top flights, I might go down a little bit. So yeah, bear with me. There will be another series of Save Our Season coming soon. For the meantime though, thank you so much for watching this. Jump onto the main series with Estudiantes, because it's really, really intriguing, really interesting. I'm loving that one as well in Argentina. And yeah, see you very soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Auf Wiedersehen. We are staying up. Get in.